Hey y'all, welcome to Wild Blue. So we're getting on into this week of some wild news out there. All your favorites, sightings of UFOs, Bigfoot, ghosts, and the like. First off, I'm gonna talk about kind of what I did this last week. I went out to Sedona, Arizona, searching into the vortices out there. There's all kind of strange electromagnetic fields and all kinds of strange energies floating around out there in these currents of the strange vortices. There's a few areas that seem to have higher concentrations of this energy, and I went to a few of them. First off, I went to a couple of them a couple years ago, got some videos there, but I wanted to wait until I had some more footage of the other areas. So I went back this last week and got some of that footage. So here in a little while I'm gonna have those videos up so y'all can check that out. So let's get on into this, see what we got going on this week as far as UFO sightings and ghosts and Bigfoot and all that. Alright, so this first one we got here is called Shadow of Ghosts in a Mirror. Let's take a look at what we got. There's a real short clip here. You can see something kind of moving around in there. Kind of hard to tell what it is. Could just be the shadow of the guy filming this, shining his flashlight there. The light's reflecting off him and shining onto the back wall behind him. But you know, maybe it is a ghost, but it just seems to be moving with the light like it would be hitting him. I don't know. Move on to the next one here. This one's called Black Floating UFO near Frankfurt Airport. You can kind of see it there. A few things flying around there. I see something, maybe birds, but they're kind of flying in formation there. And what is that all about? There are two of them, two of these objects. They're definitely exhibiting characteristics that our aircraft probably wouldn't be capable of. But at the same time, it could very well just be a couple of birds flying around. Alright, so let's see what we got here. This one says a UFO landed in Panama City. Let's see what this is. We got a picture here of apparently this UFO. Now it is floating down there. Kind of strange, looks fairly small. There have to be some little guys flying that one. Y'all remember these stories back in the day of a UFO that apparently was piloted by some tiny little alien, landed on the White House lawn. I think it was some kind of myth or hoax or whatever. Made me think of the little alien from Men in Black. And you know, maybe that's what's flying this thing here. Let's take a little bit closer look at it. It's coming down by this bridge. Seems we got another angle of it right here. I mean, it could just be a little mylar balloon or something like that, but you know, that's what they always say, it's just a balloon. But yeah, there's quite a few images of it. Several people saw this thing and thought it worth capturing on film. May just be the current UFO craze we're a part of right now, but really don't know for sure. Alright, next up, we got a UFO sighting in Egypt. This one took place in February of this year, so just last month. Now I'm just seeing a line here. Very well could be a contrail from a passing conventional aircraft, jet powered. Let's see if it does anything strange. Meteor? We don't think so. I don't think so either. It'd be moving too slow to be a meteor. It's not moving fast enough to be anything out of this world, I'd think. Looks to me just like your standard aircraft. I don't know why they thought this was something out of the ordinary. It's not doing anything out of the ordinary. Well, anyway, we'll move on here to our next sighting. And this was a mass UFO sighting in San Diego. Now these are always real interesting just because so many people see them. And check it out here. We got a number of lights floating there. Very reminiscent of the lights that were seen over Phoenix back in, what was that, 1997? They're all just kind of sitting there. Not doing anything too crazy. Looks like it was about 56 degrees out there. That's really all there was to it. Here we got another UFO sighting in Vladivostok, Russia. Now this one took place in February as well, so just a few weeks ago. Yep, he's definitely speaking some Russian there. You see a number of lights just kind of hovering there. Apparently he thinks this is strange. I don't know if that's what he's saying, but I would imagine it is. And I've seen stuff like that. I got some footage here on my channel very similar to that, of some lights lined up in a row like that I captured on a game camera out in the middle of the forest when I was searching for a dogman or a Bigfoot or something like that. And it was kind of weird, but it did line up with the infrared lights that were on the front of that game camera. And so you may be seeing something like that here with this video this man recorded in Russia. Here we got another series of lights. These are also from this last month, February, and there are a number of lights seen in Phoenix, Arizona. It's kind of look like fireballs just sitting there while this person is driving down the highway. They're not moving. If they are, they're moving very slow. Can't make much out of what it is, but it would be strange to see something like that. It looks like it's way off in the distance, the way you see the other objects in the foreground and the gas station kind of moving while it just sits still. And here we got another angle of it just hovering over the city. It looks fairly large at this clip right here. I don't know if this is the same person recording this or if it's another person providing this footage. That one's pretty interesting, but at the same time it's just sitting there, and it could be anything really, as dark as it is in that video. Right, next up we got trees being moved by an unseen creature. Now this one looks pretty interesting. Those trees are moving wildly. It looks like someone picked it up and carried it away on his back, like Donald Duck or something. Now, I've never seen nothing like that. I've seen some trees sway and stuff. Usually it's because some sort of animal's jumping on top of them, but something like that would have to be a very large creature to be able to move that tree around like that. That's very interesting. Move on to our next clip here. Ghost of a woman sighted on the road. Let's see what we got. Now these are always pretty creepy. See a guy recording riding his bike through a forest of some kind, and he just sees this split-second figure just standing there. It's only 12 seconds long. Let's go back and watch that again. We'll slow it down a little bit, and look, you can see it right there in the center of the screen. Slow down that playback speed. Let's take a look. Got it for about 4 frames there, and then it just kind of vanishes as he goes on by. Here we got one from March 11th, so just a few days ago. Ghost sighted by a truck driver on a highway in Arizona. You know, Arizona's pretty popular today. I was just there last week, and this guy was going through there just a couple days and saw this ghost, so let's take a look at it. Yep, there was something. He just drove right on by it. What was it? There was a figure. It looked like the bottom half of a figure. Slow it down here now. Let's take a look as we move up on it. We're not seeing anything yet. Let's see how it materializes, or if it's already standing there. Yep, just kind of materializes out of nothing, and just looks like the bottom half of a person. You know, maybe it's the ghost of someone who got struck by a vehicle and nearly severed them in two, and so this is all you're seeing is the bottom half as they stood there while they was dying. Maybe that is the case. So that about wraps it up for this week in this wild news in this wild world. If y'all got anything y'all want to share, send it to wildbluetvstores@gmail.com. I know there's plenty of stuff out there, and I know y'all guys are seeing a lot of it. If y'all got any footage or any stories, send them our way, and you may be featured here on Wild Blue TV. Check out our website, check out our Facebook page, and with that said, Wild Blue out.